Yo, what's good you guys? My name is Crazy Pie. Once again, sadly can't talk with my mouth all the way open as my wisdom teeth did just come out and it still kind of hurts to talk. So I'm gonna try to get it over with. No, I wouldn't say over with. I'm actually kind of excited to record this because I want to record top 5 videos for Apex Legends. But bear with me if I do not sound very enthusiastic because I can't really add that much enthusiasm into my voice. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to try and sound like this. But guys, without further ado, we're here talking about the top 5 best guns within Apex Legends. I'm so hyped to record this. I've done top 5 videos for Titanfall 2 all the time. This game has pretty much similar guns, if not the exact same guns, just with a different name. And I love Apex Legends, guys, and I'm going to be here recording more Apex Legends with you guys over the next couple of days. But without further ado, guys, let's get into our number 5 spot with the number 5 best gun, in my opinion, within Apex Legends. It's more so a beginner gun, so you will be able to find this gun pretty much right off the hop right once you land. And that's gotta be the Wingman. Now, I know most of you guys are probably about to say, well, Crazy Pie, the Wingman's not really a beginner gun. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I always seem to find the Wingman just like right off of where I land. Alright, the Wingman is pretty much just like one of those guns that you pretty much can just find right after you land. It's considered a heavy weapon because it has heavy ammo. Obviously, if it has heavy ammo, it's considered a heavy weapon. But it's an extremely good gun, especially in the late game, because the Wingman, if you don't know, you can actually get the skull piercer attachment on it, pretty much similar to what you can get on the longbow. And if you guys don't know, what the skull piercer attachment does is it basically gives you more damage if you hit him in the head. And if you guys are playing on PC, the Wingman will do so much damage to the head, it's unreal, man. The Wingman is so good. Obviously if you're on controller, it's a little bit harder to use, but yes, if you are using a mouse and you do have the more accuracy that the mouse does give you, it is so overpowered. And basically you can get so much easy kills with this because if you have the skull piercer attachment, a good scope, it's unreal. Alright guys, it's unreal. If you find a fully kitted out Wingman at the very beginning of a game just lying on the ground, you're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be easy, it's gonna be a blast, and the Wingman by far comes in at our number 5 spot. A, because it's really easy to find. B, it has a really good hop-up attachment. And C, it's good if you are playing on PC. Unfortunately, I don't play this game on PC yet. I'm gonna have to try and download it sometime soon. But the Wingman, guys, comes in at our number 5 spot. Coming in at a number 4 spot, guys, we actually have the R301. I hate saying that word. I wish I was saying the R201 just like it is from Titanfall 2, but the R301, guys, has to come in at our number 4 spot, as it's one of those guns that is still, I would say, in the beginner category, but it also is super strong. Now the reason why it is only at number 4 is because, in my opinion, you pretty much need to have an extended mag on it in order for it to actually kill. From what I've played with it, if you are missing shots, or if you miss the headshot and hit the body shot, it is pretty annoying because the clip is only at like 18 bullets per mag, and most of the time in the late game it can be very annoying because sometimes you need more ammo in the clip to actually finish off the guy. So for me, most instances when I'm actually using the R301, I will put like all my clip into the guy. I'll shoot my whole clip, but he'll only be at like a millimeter of health left, which means I have to try and switch my gun and quickly hit him once more. Usually I end up losing the gunfight at that point, but guys, if you do find a proper blue or purple light magazine for this weapon, it is super overpowered. And obviously if you hit headshots with it too, basically this thing is just like your basic rifle. So if you just think of like any basic rifle from a video game, like the AR from Fortnite, it's just the always reliable rifle, and it's a really good gun to easily, spawn in, find it, and pick up kills with. And like I said, it's a light gun, it has light ammo, which means you'll easily be able to find ammo for it because there's light ammo everywhere, like the Alternator, R301, G7 Scout, etc. It's so easy to find ammo for it. The attachments are so easy to find for it too, as it is a light gun as well, and light guns in general are just a lot easier to find. But the only downfall, which is why it's at number 4, is you kind of need to have a better clip on it, because if you don't, it is unfortunate and most gunfights will be kind of annoying. Alright guys, moving on to our number 3 spot here, we actually have the Hemlock. Unfortunately, in Apex Legends, the Hemlock is not as strong as it was in Titanfall 2, but that doesn't mean anything because in Apex Legends, guys, the Hemlock is still ridiculously strong. And once again here, just like it was in Titanfall 2, the Hemlock comes in at a heavy rifle, which means it's a little bit stronger than your average gun, but at the same time, you might have a harder time finding ammo. Honestly, in my opinion, that doesn't really mean anything though. Like, it doesn't matter what type of gun it is, you'll still be able to find ammo for the gun, no matter what kind of gun it is. But the Hemlock is an extremely good, reliable gun, mainly because it's a burst rifle. It's so easy to pop kills off with this thing at close range or at long range, and if you need be, you can just change the way that the gun shoots and change it to a single shot if you really need to, because that's the one cool thing with the Hemlock is, you know, if you need to change the gun from single to burst, you can just tap on the side D-pad on whatever you're playing. I'm not too sure what it is on PC, but at least here on console, if you want to change it from single fire to burst, you can just tap it. The one downfall I would say with the Hemlock is, unfortunately, since it is a heavy weapon, I find sometimes it is a little bit difficult to find attachments for it. Obviously the sight is pretty easy, the stock can sometimes be annoying, and the biggest thing I find is the hardest thing to find is the clip. But other than that, the Hemlock does absolutely exceptional damage, and you can easily find yourself getting a couple kills with this thing right off the bat because of how strong it actually is. If you manage to find this thing before other people do find a Hemlock, or a gun for that matter, you can easily find yourself popping off a couple of kills, just because if you get a Hemlock and you just straight rush people, it's so overpowered. There's not much I can really say about the Hemlock other than obviously it's just a very reliable gun. But with all that out of the way, guys, Hemlock comes in at our number 3 spot. Coming in at our number 2 spot, guys, and it was obviously super hard to determine whether I wanted this to be at number 1 or number 2, we have the Peacekeeper. If you can manage to find the proper attachments for the Peacekeeper, which is obviously why I didn't put it at number 1, this thing is an absolute tank. If you can manage to find the hop up, which is the precision choke for the Peacekeeper, I would hands down recommend putting the precision choke on the Peacekeeper over the triple take any day of the week, because if you guys don't know, it will charge up the barrel and it's pretty much a one-shot headshot with blue to regular armor. And if you guys pick it up at the very beginning of the game and you rush people, you can still get a one-shot headshot because they only have 100 health. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. If you manage to find a Peacekeeper in the very beginning of a game when you first drop, rush. Alright, rush as much people as you possibly can, because even if they have gray armor, I still believe you can still rush them and get a one-shot kill with the Peacekeeper very easily. It's absolutely ridiculous how strong the Peacekeeper is. Once you get the hop up on it, a purple shotgun choke, and a nice scope on it, maybe like the gold threat scope, it is so ridiculously strong, guys, and I 100% recommend using it 95% of the time. The Peacekeeper is so overpowered, and the fact that you can just randomly one-shot people right when you get into the game, it's ridiculous, guys. It's one of those weapons that make people mad. I sometimes don't pick it just because it's kind of annoying sometimes that you have to charge the choke, but other than that, it's so overpowered to use. Also, sorry for knocking my mic, that was a complete accident. The Peacekeeper is ridiculous. It's so strong, so overpowered, but there's one gun that I put above this. No, it's not the Kraber, no, it's not the Mastiff. I'm not going to add those supply drop guns only because it's kind of obvious that the Kraber should come in first if we're talking about damage wise, but we're not talking about damage wise. So coming in at number 1 spot, guys, we have the G7 Scout. Now a bunch of you guys are probably like, what, Crazy Pie, why isn't the Hemlock above the G7 Scout? Well, it comes down to what the G7 actually delivers. The G7 is a light gun, which means it's not hard to find whatsoever. The ammo is very diverse, very easy to find, and the attachments are also very easy to find as well, and it's a single shot gun, which means it's so easy to control your shots. It is very easy to, you know, land your hits too. Obviously if you're at a longer range it is kind of annoying, but this thing is classified as a sniper rifle here within Apex Legends, which is kind of weird because it wasn't a assault rifle in Titanfall 2. But yes, you can put sniper scopes on it, so if you want a reliable sniper, this thing can come in handy at long range too. But if you want to change it up to go close range, you can just go ahead and switch the scope on it, and bam, you've changed your G7 sniper into a close range weapon as well. It's so overpowered how you can change like that. It's a very diverse weapon here on the Apex Legends battlefield, and some of the actual like camos that you can get for it look super sick as well. Obviously that's just a cosmetic change, doesn't really matter that much, but all in all, for an all-around base gun, the G7 is very powerful. It's not like the R301 where you're gonna want to find an extended clip for it. This gun all around is just an absolute beast, because yes, you can kill people at range, you can kill people at close quarters. All in all, the G7 Scout is super powerful, and if you can find it at the beginning of the game, you're in luck. If you're playing on a computer mouse, you'll have a way easier of a time, because obviously you can hit the headshots easier. But here on console, in my opinion, the G7, probably one of the most reliable guns here in Apex Legends, and I absolutely love it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my top 5 list for the top 5 best guns in Apex Legends. I was gonna make a different video. I was gonna make a video where I was gonna try and go for ranking every gun from worst to best. I might do that in the future. more, or scratch that, I will do that in the future once my voice is feeling better, because my mouth is starting to hurt a lot right now from talking this much. So I'm just gonna cut it back here. Guys, feel free to comment down below what your guys' top 5 favorite or best guns are in Apex Legends. I would be happy to read it, and comment down below what videos you guys want to see on the channel here, because I would love to produce content that you guys want to see, and I think that would be a ton of fun as well. But yeah, comment down below what you guys feel. Comment down below how you guys feel about my list. Obviously it is pretty controversial because I do play on console, some of you guys obviously play on PC, and I didn't add the Mastiff or Kraber because obviously the Kraber should have came in first because it does 250 damage per shot basically. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please feel free down below to subscribe, as well as leave a like down below, comment, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, boys.